Digestive system. The purpose of digestion is to digest and produce energy from the food which it takes and removes waste from it. When we take food, the digestion will be started from mouth itself. In mouth, there are salivary glands which secretes saliva. It helps to swallow the food easily. When we taste, smell, or even see any food, our brain sends stimulations to salivary glands to secrete saliva. In saliva, there is a digestive enzyme called amylase starts digestion, that is breaking down the food, carbohydrates, starches and sugars in mouth. The food from the mouth moves with the help of the muscles of tongue and mouth into the throat, that is pharynx. Pharynx is a way through which food and air passes. From there, food passes into esophagus. Muscles of the esophagus contracts to push down the food. This movement is peristaltic movement. Once the food is pushed down to the stomach, a reaction gets triggered in the stomach that not allows the food to flow back. In stomach, the muscles mashing the food up, at the same time, gastric juices like hydrochloric acid and pepsin etc. break down the food into smaller molecules. In the stomach, food is stored for few hours and gets churned up. Some substance such as water, salt, sugars and alcohol can be absorbed by stomach wall. Most of other substances will be digested in small intestine. Intestine completes the digestion process along with liver. When food is leaving stomach, it becomes into a thick liquid called chyme. Pyrolus, which is a tube-like structure and walnut-sized, keeps that is stores this chyme till it gets proper consistency to pass into the small intestine. In small intestine, the walls absorb the nutrients into the blood. Small intestine is divided into 3 parts: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. The inner wall of the small intestine is surrounded by millions of microscopic projections which looks like finger called villi. They act as vehicles through which the nutrients will be absorbed into the body. Liver is located under the rib cage and on right side upper part of the abdomen. It produces bile that helps the body to absorb fat. Gallbladder lies beneath the liver. When liver produces bile, it will be stored in the gallbladder until fats enter our body. When fats enter into our body, this bile will do its work start. Pancreas, which is below the stomach, produces enzymes which digest proteins, fats and carbohydrates. The enzymes and bile travel through ducts into the small intestine. Here, they help for more digestion of the food. The indigested food and some water passes to the large intestine. A muscular ring is there which prevents the blood to flow back to small intestine. Now, water is absorbed into blood from this indigested food. The remaining waste called fetus is excreted out of the body through anus. Excretory system. The main function of excretory system is removal of waste products like urea, uric acid, and salts which made in human body itself. Different types of organs participate in excretory system. The human body needs to excrete these dirts to keep it healthy. If the body do not excrete these poisonous substances, they may become harmful and cause diseases. The main organs which participate in excretion are skin, lungs, and kidneys. Skin. Skin has certain sweat glands on its surface. These sweat glands secrete sweat which carries out the dirt and as well as dead cells through pores to keep the body healthy. Lungs. Lungs are very wide in size. In respiratory system, the lungs removes carbon dioxide and some vapor and makes the blood oxygenated. Kidneys. These are the organs which lies in the middle of the back. They are the main organs in which urination occurs. They analyze the blood and remove harmful poisons. They control the amount of water in the body to keep its level constant. Kidneys are reddish brown in color and shaped as a small bean. When the heart pumps the blood, it flows to the kidneys which carry unwanted water, minerals, urea and uric acid. Kidneys has about 1000 nephrons. Nephrons are the filters of kidneys. These nephrons filter the blood and make it pure. The remaining wastes which are produced in this filtration form as urine with water. This filtration is called glomerulus filtration. Now, the ureters which are connected from the kidneys to urinary bladder carries the urine and passes to urinary bladder and the pure blood goes to heart through renal veins. The urine which passes to urinary bladder goes outside of the body through urethra when the muscles of the bladder contracts. Immune system. The immune system is a fighting mechanism in which our body fights with germs, viruses and harmful bacteria which attacks our body from outside world. It protects us from infections and diseases. First, we will see about skin. The skin detects and eliminates some germs which are ready to breathe into this barrier with the help of immune system. Immune system is developed by cells, tissues and organs which work all together to give protection to our body. The parts of the immune system. Lymph. Lymph is a liquid which runs throughout the body and bathes the body cells with water and nutrients. They also detect and remove harmful germs. White blood cells. They are also called leukocytes. They are present throughout the body tissues. They are produced in thymus, spleen, and bone marrow. That's why they are called lymphoid organs. These leukocytes circulate throughout the body between the organs and nodes with the help of lymphatic vessels, and they can also circulate through blood vessels. Leukocytes are of two types, lymphocytes and phagocytes. Phagocytes chew up the organisms which attacks our body. Lymphocytes make the body to remember and recognize that is the organisms already attacked our body called antigens. Many cells work in this immune system. When an antigen is found in our body, the cells trigger the lymphocytes to produce antibodies. The antibodies then lock with that antigens and fit together like a key and a lock. Once the antibodies produced in our body, they exist in our body continuously. Once the antibodies are produced in our body, they exist continuously. That's why when we are attacked by some diseases like chickenpox, again it will never cause the disease. Because of this reason, we get some immunizations to prevent diseases. When an antigen tries to attack our body, the antibodies automatically fight with them and they never allow the antigen to cause disease. Although the antibodies recognize the antigen, they cannot destroy the antibodies. For that purpose, they take the help of T cells. T cells also send signals that activates other cells like phagocytes to do their job. Muscular system. The muscular system is composed of specialized cells called muscle fibers. The human body has more than 650 individual muscles. In this system, the muscles attach to the body bones, that is skeleton, and provide contractibility by which we can get movement, whether we are playing, reading, walking, or writing. The muscular system consists of 3 different types of muscle tissues. They are skeletal, cardiac, and smooth. These 3 types of muscle tissues allow our body for its movement and functions. Skeletal muscle. The skeletal muscle has stripe-like markings or striations. Skeletal muscle is composed of long muscular fibers. The nervous system controls the contraction of the muscle. They hold the bones together and give the body its shape. These muscles attaches to the bone by means of tendons. Many skeletal muscles contract automatically. Even then, we can control them. That's why they are called voluntary muscles. Cardiac muscle. It is the muscle of the brain itself. The cardiac muscle is the tissue that builds up the wall of the heart called myocardium. It also contracts like skeletal muscle through the sliding filament method. They help the heart to make work by contracting and relaxing. Skeletal muscles The cardiac muscle is attached together instead of attaching to a bone. Smooth muscle. Mostly our internal organs are made up of smooth muscles. They are found in the urinary bladder, gallbladder, arteries, veins, and digestive tract. These muscles are controlled by the nervous system and hormones. The muscular system has mainly two types. First one is voluntary muscles. These muscles work by controlling our brain. Example, skeletal muscles. For the movement of body parts, muscles, bones, and joints work together. Second one is involuntary muscles. These muscles do not work under the control of brain. Example, cardiac muscle. That means we cannot stop the function of the heart by the control of our brain. When we smile, we use 17 facial muscles. Over 30 muscles work together, and 27 bones of our hand allows us to pick up something. Nervous system. The nervous system regulates our body. It also arranges communication among our body parts to brain. It takes the help of endocrine system, that is hormonal system, to regulate and maintain our body. Nervous system consists of two parts, that is brain and spinal cord. Brain is the main controlling part of our body. It is responsible for thinking, feeling, moving, and remembering. Brain has three parts. Cerebrum. It is the top of our brain which regulates emotions and actions. We use the right side of the cerebrum responsible for listening and imagination of something. We use the left side of the brain for talking, solving mathematical puzzles. Cerebellum. Cerebellum takes responsibility for our movements. The brain stem. It performs heartbeat, functions like digestion, excretion, circulation, etc. It is the main transformer between the brain and the spinal cord. Spinal cord. Spinal cord is the center part which receives and sends information from brain to run our body. It is a tube-like structure and extends from bottom of the brain. It is very fragile and is protected by backbones called vertebrae. The vertebrae are separated by discs made up of cartilage. Nerves. Nerves act like electrical wires which passes the information, that is impulses, from brain to various organs of the body and from organs to brain. Nerves are made up of neuron or nerve cells. Respiratory system. Respiration is the main function which keeps the human body alive. Respiration is nothing but taking oxygen inside by breathing and eliminating carbon dioxide. The parts which participate in respiration: nose, mouth, larynx, that is voice box, trachea, that is windpipe, lungs, and diaphragm. When we breathe, the air passes through nostrils, that is the holes of nose, or through mouth. The air, that is oxygen, then passes through the larynx, where speech sounds are produced, and the trachea. Trachea is a tube-like structure that enters the chest cavity. Here, the trachea divides into two small tubes called the bronchi. Each bronchus again divides into bronchial tubes. These bronchial tubes open into lungs and divided into small tubes. These small tubes connect with air sacs called alveoli. Alveoli are surrounded by capillaries through which the blood carries oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. Oxygen travels to alveoli. From there, it diffuses through the capillaries into the arterial blood. At the same time, veins which are filled with blood carries waste, releases carbon dioxide into the alveoli. Diaphragm is a thick sheet of muscles which lies at the bottom of the chest cavity. When it contracts, oxygen is pulled into the lungs, and when relaxes, carbon dioxide is pumped out. Reproductive system. Reproduction is the main function which produces new species of living beings. If the species is to continue, human beings should produce their offsprings. Reproductive system consists of 4 functions. Number 1, producing egg and sperm cells. Number 2, transport and sustaining these cells. Number 3, nurture of the developing offspring. And number 4, producing hormones. The primary function of the reproductive system, that are ovaries,